Guys, Matt here. I figured I'd take a little break from doing movie reviews, and I actually wanted to review a brand new miniseries called Neverland. It just debuted on the Syfy channel. It actually just ended. I just finished it. And if you don't know, Neverland is a new take on the Peter Pan story. It's the origins of Peter Pan, the Lost Boys, the Indians, and even Captain Hook. And I was really intrigued by this because I wanted to see the backstory of Hook and Peter, and even if they were going to explain what Captain Hook's name was before he lost his hand, which they do. And when I saw the trailer for this new miniseries, I got really excited. Why? Because Bob Hoskins returns to reprise his role as me. And I've got to say, this show was fantastic. Neverland was 4 hours long. It was a 2-day premiere, both 2 hours long. And I'm glad they did a miniseries rather than a full-length 2-hour movie, because they would have had to condense the story and leave things out, and it wouldn't have been as good. Also, because it was a miniseries on television, the special effects weren't amazing, but they were still good for what they were. They moved the story along, and they did what they had to, and they even provided for some pretty intense action and adventure sequences. So they were good in my book. As far as the acting goes, the main boy that played Peter, I don't know his name because it's the first thing I've ever seen him in. Good job. Good job playing that role. I'm glad they picked someone his age rather than somebody incredibly young like they did with Daniel Radcliffe and Harry Potter, because I think it would have been too young. Rhys Ifans, who played Hook, for those of you that don't know, he played Luna Lovegood's father in Harry Potter. He was in Pirate Radio, Hannibal Rising, and he's going to play the Lizard in the new Spider-Man movie. Great actor. I was a little disappointed, though, with the way he played Hook. Not the way he acted, but just the way he looked with blonde hair. Now, I understand that as he gets older, Hook probably puts his hair up and wears a black wig, but for the hair thing, I could have also seen Gary Oldman play that role very well. Again, I don't know her name as well, first time I've seen her, but the woman that played Captain Bonnie, Hook's love interest, you could say. Good job. Good job. As well as the Lost Boys. I don't know any of them, but they fit really well in the story. You know, they were exactly what you think they would be growing up as orphans in London. And Bob Hoskins is me. His role was a little too small for me, but, you know, he's Bob Hoskins, so he fit well in the mix as well. And then Tinkerbell was not played, or not acted by, but voiced by Keira Knightley. They picked a different actress for the look, but Keira Knightley submitted her voice. I don't know why they did just her voice. That threw me off the whole TV show. Also, the way they made Tinkerbell look, her look was okay, but the shots they used were too far away, so every time you looked at her, you thought she was bald, when in all actuality her blonde hair was just put back, and they really didn't show you that till towards the end of the miniseries. Anyways, that's just a gripe. I got to give credit to Nick Willing, who was the director of the miniseries. He previously did 1999's Alice in Wonderland with Ben Kingsley and Whoopi Goldberg, so he knew his fantasy and he knew what he was doing. Now, not only did I like this show because of the origins factor, but I was also intrigued to see if they would throw in elements, you know, that would go from this and lead on into the movies afterwards, and they did just that. They threw in those things like characters like the Indians or character of Starkey, even Peter's shadow, and of course, the ticking of the pocket watch. So, if you like Tin Man and Alice, then you'll like this miniseries. If you love Peter Pan and Captain Hook, or even origin stories like me, then you'll love this miniseries. So, I don't usually rate miniseries or shows, but from a 1 to a 5, I'm going to give this a 4. Budget wasn't as great as I expected it to be, and I was left wanting more on the ending, but other than that, it was a good adventure and it was a good miniseries. So, until next time, guys, see ya.